Welcome to the second tutorial video of ZenduWork. In this video we'll go over some of the features within Dispatch Board, and very quickly we're looking at this route over here. You can see that we have two service orders, and over here is the actual time that was taken, and this was the estimated time that the route was estimated to be finished within. And the green line over here you can see is the route that was recommended for the driver, and the blue dots here are the breadcrumb data that was gathered from the ZenduWork mobile, which the driver would use when dispatched a trip. So here you can see information such as the speed, time, and date. And we'll just click on one of these work orders, and we can see information such as who the work order was dispatched by and created by, the customer stop, travel distance, travel time, etc., etc. And here you can see the two forms that were completed. So this is the arrive service. So this is the auto submit form for if the driver is within the geofence for 5 seconds. And this is the depart form, which is automatically submitted if the driver leaves the geofence zone for 5 seconds. So from here on out, let's create a route for John Smith. And I'll select today as the date, just so it's easier. And then I'll add a work order, and I'll pick bat test as the template. And I'll just say that the caller customer is home office. I can add another customer if I'd like, and I'll pick today as the start date. And the service stop can be done from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So the driver won't be able to submit this form if it's not within this time range. This is the duration, and depending on what you select here, the estimated time for the entire route may differ. And what we'll do here is we'll go on and save the work order. And I'll add another work order just for fun. I'll fitness for less, and I'll press save. And here you can see this was the route that I just created, and these were the two work orders that I just created as well. And I'll go ahead and assign these two to the one that I just made. If I want to remove any of these work orders, what I can do is press this down arrow, select individual, select one of them, assign to unscheduled, and here it is. I only have one work order within this route now. But for the time being, I'll just assign this to that. And here are some of the information again of what the work order has. And here we can see some general information about the work order. And here are the three forms that the driver needs to submit. These two are the ones that will auto submit depending on if the driver is within or outside of the geofence. But this is the form that the driver has to manually submit. So what I'll do now is I'll just dispatch the route and I'll optimize it. And I recommend you to always optimize your routes just to make things more efficient. And what I can do here is, now that I've dispatched the route, I've sent a notification to my driver on the mobile app, and he can start the route whenever he would like. And moving on to the mobile app,
this is a list of all the routes that I have. Some are completed, some are started, some are dispatched. And I just press start. And what you just saw there was the automatic form being completed. And if you look down on the map, on the bottom right, there's a blue arrow. And if I select that, I will be taken to Google Maps. And what I can do here is start my navigation. So this can be a useful feature for the drivers if they wish to use it. And what you can see me here doing is I'm moving around and I'm clicking the bottom left button, and what that will do is center my screen back. And what I'll do now is complete the custom form that I've created, so BAT test. And I'm signing here, pressing save, and clicking on the drop down menu to say yes, and then submitting the form. And now you can see that I go back and all the check marks are there to say that I've finished submitting the forms. And on the top right, I can enter a comment, and I can send, and it says that I'm a driver, and it says my driver's name.
And you can see now that the route has automatically updated to the complete status. And here you can see that the arrive service form was submitted and at what time, and the depart service as well. And here you can see the signature, and you can see the option that the user inputted. And the same with the other work order as well. So another one of the features that I want to go over is the subscribe feature. And what it essentially does is it notifies the dispatcher on the web platform of any updates that the driver has. So whether or not if they started the route, completed the route, or is scheduled. So here what I'll do is you can find the button right over here. It looks like a Wi-Fi icon. And what you can do is you can subscribe to the entire route, or you can click on an individual work order and you can click to subscribe here. So what I'll do now is I'll dispatch the route, and I'll go on my phone and I will try to complete all the routes just to show that we are getting notifications on the web platform. And these notifications, as you can see, are instant, so you'll be getting them very quickly. Okay, so you can see here that the route 160 went from started to completed, and you can see the time as well and the exceptions, and you can see if the driver completes the form while outside of the geofence, you will get a notification here as well that says that the geofence was not reached, and you can just track all your drivers by pressing the subscribe button, and you'll know if they were able to actually get to the geofence and automatically complete the arrival and depart form.